Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're taking a look at something kind of unique and different. This is the FireFast Trekker Waterproof Survival Fire Starter. Alright everybody, welcome back. So today we're taking a look at the FireFast Trekker. This is an emergency survival fire starter. You got 95% pure magnesium on the bottom. Really superior European ferro rod, and it's a nice compact tool for starting fires wherever you need to start them. Really handy thing, and everything on this is dedicated to starting a fire. Now I've seen these types of tools before, and normally what they are is this humongous mag bar, and you can tell I've scraped a little bit off there. This humongous mag bar and a tiny little ferro rod. Not the case here. You got a decent ferro rod on this one. And like I said, everything's dedicated to starting a fire. Well, somebody finally got one of these hacksaw blade type things, and this is actually made for this, and got it sharp enough so that it can be used as a scraper. Both sides are sharp enough. So I'm really impressed with it so far. I actually demoed a model of this. I tried a model out. This is a smaller version of it. And I gotta say, it was really impressive the way it started the fire. The ferro rod is made in Austria. It's a combination of a bunch of different materials inside of it. It's Austrian ferrocerium, 76% rare earth metal, 20% iron, 2% magnesium, and 2% anti-corrosives. The ferro rod is 9.5 millimeters by 3 inches long, so you get a nice big ferro rod, like I showed you. The hardwood handle, this is also interesting too. This can be scraped to produce dry tinder. This is some kind of African hardwood that's been impregnated with a resin, so you can scrape that off and get yourself a fire going. And I saw the fire started with both the magnesium and the tinder there from the wood as well. So it works both ways. We're going to try them both together. You get nice large showers of sparks with this thing. I'll show you here in a sec. I mean, really nice ferro rod. So I'm impressed with the ferro rod so far. And the magnesium actually does burn like magnesium should. So I know it's real magnesium. Sometimes you'll get those mag bars with a little tiny ferro rod on them, and it's not even magnesium. It's just kind of some kind of mushy, soft metal that has absolutely no fire starting properties whatsoever. This is actually magnesium. And you will be able to get some nice little chunks off it using this thing here. So a secondary knife is not necessary. Nice to have always as a striker if you got a nice 90-degree spine on it, but it isn't necessary. So we're going to demo this. What I want to do is scrape off some of the wood and some of the stuff here, the magnesium bar, and we're going to try it out and see how quickly we can get a fire started with it. Let me get a metal pan over here and a fire extinguisher just in case, and we'll try it out. Before we get started doing that, I wanted to show you this guy here. This is what it comes with. It comes in a plastic bag, similar to that, and on the back you'll have tons of information on what it is, how to light a fire, upwind, you know, all that. Put your tinder and your fuel together. Use a fast direction motion for the striker. So you got all your instructions on here. They do have a website. It is fire-fast.com. That's what they want you to search for on YouTube. I guess the owner of the company has done some videos too. It is on Amazon, and I'll put a link to the Amazon store down below where you can pick this up. But I gotta say, for a fire starter, this thing really does do a decent job. It really works well. So we're going to scrape off some of the magnesium. I'm going to let you see that. I'm going to get a good pile going. I'll bring you back when we got a bunch of it here. But you can see how easily that stuff is scraping right off there. I'm getting a nice shower of magnesium. And you know, the nice part about it is you're not scraping off pieces like magnesium ribbons here. You're getting little tiny bits that'll just do enough to start the fire and not burn white hot and then burn out quickly. Just enough to keep the fire going once you get a spark to them. And as you can see here, we got quite a bit there already just from scraping that bar off, and the bar is none the worse for it. Okay, so you got that. Now let's try the wood, and then I'm going to scrape off camera a bunch of stuff. I'm going to try and light it. The only reason I'm doing it off camera is because you don't want to sit here and watch me do this. It's kind of boring. This is some kind of African hardwood. I actually forget what they told me it was. And it is hard. I'll tell you one thing. It's definitely taking time to come off there. But you see, you got a nice kind of, almost looks like a top of an eraser or something. But you got a nice little pile of stuff there rather quickly. So what I'm going to do is build up a nice pile of that. And we're going to hit it with the striker and see how well it lights up. So I got a good pile going. I have some wood here that I'm going to put on like it's a Tinder bundle or whatever. Let me give it a shot here. There we go. Let's put some wood there. And got myself a fire going. Not bad. That was very, very simple. The wood takes very, very quickly. I've noticed that. I'm not going to keep that burning there too long because it's just a pan and I don't want it to melt my desktop. But you see, the wood takes very, very quickly. The wood from the handle takes very, very quickly. It does burn off. I noticed some, what was it? I was messing around with it before I started the video and lit some. And it has this little white, the black kind of stuff that floats around in the air. I assume that's just whatever it's impregnated with. But you got to say, I mean, heck, you know, get a fire going like that. A little bit of magnesium in it. Can't beat it. You got your tinder going right there. And there you go. So you're all set. So that's a pretty cool demo. I got to say, it works very, very well. Let me get this fire out, and I will bring you back, and we'll finish up. All right, so you saw it in action there. See how well it works? It does work very, very efficiently. It might be good for somebody who's kind of new and needs a few confidence builders with their ferro rod. Sometimes just cutting up little slivers of wood and striking sparks on them aren't as good as something that will catch very, very easily, like this wood back here. Got to say, that stuff just goes right up. You know, you do want a good amount of it. When I was playing around with it before I started the actual fire starting video, not only did I notice that when you light it, it kind of black stuff floats around in the air near it, little, you know, like ash. But it lights very quickly, but you want a good amount because it'll burn out very quickly. When I first did it, I took this and I just scraped a little tiny bit and lit it just to test it out. And it lit great, lit instantly, but it went out quickly. So you do want a good amount of that if you're doing that. Or you can just chop up some fat wood, whatever. Chop up more of the magnesium bar, whatever you want to do. But all in all, I think it's a pretty darn good tool. And another thing I noticed too, they actually give you enough paracord here. That always drives me nuts when you get a system like this and the paracord's like this. And they expect you to make a full strike down on the ferro rod with the paracord being like right there. So I like the fact that they give you a good amount. I guess in an emergency you could probably untwine this and use it as a fire starter too. But I definitely like it. I do feel it's a good buy for the money. These run about $28.95, so close to 30 bucks. But you know, for a first ferro rod, if you need a little bit of confidence building there, a little bit of extra magnesium and a little bit of extra wood, can't hurt. You know, you'd actually be able to do it. I remember the first time, and I caught it on video. It had to be 2014 or 2013 when I started doing videos. And I had a little mag bar and I was striking it and I was doing it all wrong. I mean, I was hitting it like, you know, like you do a flint and steel. And I actually got a spark that went in there and I actually lit a fire and I was like, wow, that's the first fire I've ever made. So there's a lot to say about building confidence and using tools to kind of build those confidence up a little bit when you're out there in the wilderness. And knowing how to use your tools and knowing that they work, really helpful too. Not only that, but this thing's waterproof. You can soak this. The demo I've seen with this is they soak it in water and pull it out, and then they take this and scrape it off, and sure enough, they get a fire going. So definitely impressed with it. For the money, I think it's a pretty darn good tool. It's really all you're going to need. It's huge. I mean, nice big hunk piece of metal there. It is 6.5 inches long all the way across. Now, it is big, but it's not heavy. It's only 4.5 ounces, so not too heavy. I like the fact that it has the magnesium, the African fat wood that they put on there. The scraper, again, is nice and sharp, but you won't cut your finger on it. It's not like somebody made a blade out of it. They just have a nice sharp edge on it. And it looks like a saw blade that was cut down to size, or a piece of metal similar to saw blade. Actually says survivalfire.com on it. But definitely cool little item. Handy little item to start a fire really, really quick. So I will put a link down below where you can pick one up. They are on Amazon. They're also on their website too, which is fire-fast.com, fire-fast.com. You can check them out there. And the link will be down below to pick it up. Also, folks, don't forget to check out our other links. Right now, our My Patriot Supply link down below has some amazing deals going. And with the uncertainty of what's going on, the global pandemic, all the supply chain issues, might be a good idea to start thinking about stocking up in bulk. You can pick up their 4-week emergency food kit. You'll save $50 on that. If you want to go for the 3-month one, you'll save $150. So check it out, preparewithiridium.com, preparewithiridium.com. As always, our Amazon store, this will be in it down below, but you can check out the whole store of everything else I try to put in there what I review, unless it's not on Amazon. We have our freeze-dried wholesaler link. Don't forget that link, folks. That link saves you 15%. Just click on that link, you get 15%. And our Thrive Life link as well. I have a video coming up with Thrive stuff in it, so don't forget to check it out. If you like the content, subscribe, and I thank you for watching. Stay safe and stay prepared.